Hey guys, when you are taking a break from listening to the best podcast in the world about investing and the economy, one of the best investments a single guy can make is investing in his appearance. And trust me, women look at the shoes that you are wearing to see your style and taste. A guy wearing a cheap t-shirt, jean shorts, and flip-flops, pretending to be a successful, classy gentleman, is like a politician pretending to have integrity and honesty all the time. Or a central banker acting like the economy is always doing well and interest rates can easily be normalized. Well, now there's a new men's dress shoe company started by a family of third-generation shoemakers called Grant Stone Shoes. The folks at Grant Stone take shoemaking very seriously, as their goals are to offer the highest quality men's dress shoes at the lowest possible prices. In fact, their shoes sell for about half the price of other high-quality brand-name men's dress shoes, and the quality is on par with shoes that sell for double the price. If you think this doesn't sound humanly possible and sounds too good to be true, Google Grant Stone shoe reviews and read the customer reviews on the company's website or reviews from independent fashion bloggers. There's a lot of 5-star reviews for these fashionable and comfortable shoes. And while you're on the website, if you decide to try out a pair of these stylish shoes, enter SILVER, SILVER, in the coupon code for a 10% discount. That's GrantStoneShoes.com, promo code SILVER.
Guess who's back? Back again. Jason's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Na 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 na. I've created a monster. Okay, we'll stop the Slim Shady Marshall Mathers song there. Anyways, guys, I'm back from my trip from Toronto, my business trip from Wednesday to Friday. I will talk about that a little bit in this video, but I wanted to put out a short video on Deutsche Bank because I think it's hilarious, the stuff that's going on right now, what the mainstream media is trying to say with the spin. And then we will also talk a little bit about a few of the things that I heard from the Sprott people up on my trip to Toronto, one of the main things. And I will be releasing videos in the future with some other information I got from the Sprott people. There's some really interesting things going on at Sprott Incorporated that could potentially, the company's a $500 million Canadian market cap company right now, no debt, solid free cash flow, paying a 5% dividend that could potentially launch the company a lot higher with dramatic earnings growth. Anyways, though, let's talk about Deutsche Bank. Okay, so this is a Wall Street Journal article about Deutsche Bank from September 30th, only a few days ago. And basically, it's talking about how the bank has a lot of problems, but they're saying that Deutsche Bank has plenty of cash to satisfy skittish customers who want to leave. Access to loads more through the European Central Bank. So not in any immediate danger of 2008 Lehman Brothers. That's a spin. There's obviously articles that are using headlines that is Deutsche Bank the next Lehman for clickbait, and then they say, oh no, there's not very little to worry about. You can read very similar articles on Barron's, on Forbes, etc. You can read very similar ones. This is from USA Today, this one. I will attach links to these two and probably a few others. One of the things about the Deutsche Bank thing is Cramer was actually the one who spread the rumor that Deutsche Bank was going to get a settlement from the $14 billion fine from the Department of Justice down to 5.4. And really no one's been able to confirm that yet. In fact, CNBC actually has been running articles that saying people are skeptical of that. So Cramer was able to create a big bounce in the stock price. There's Zero Hedge articles on this. There's actually, if you go back just in the last week, there's actually well over 10 Deutsche Bank articles. So I don't want to crash my internet browser showing you all the links, but I will put links to almost all the Deutsche Bank articles underneath in the info section of this video. It's just amazing. So you have hedge funds pulling out cash because they're worried about counterparty risk and getting stuck there. And then you have the CEO of Deutsche Bank, and he's really sounding like the captain of the Titanic. After the Titanic has already hit an iceberg, trying to keep people calm that, oh no, the Titanic is unsinkable. The Titanic is unsinkable. If there was a parody of the Titanic. So the Deutsche Bank CEO, if you hadn't heard, was sent out an internal memo to employees saying that Deutsche Bank's balance sheet has never been stronger in 20 years. Just total bullshit. Deutsche Bank has just enormous derivatives exposure. They have enormous liability exposure. Their equity is down massively. In fact, their market cap, there was a Zero Hedge story on this, their market cap is actually lower now than Twitter. That's how much Deutsche Bank has fallen in market cap. So they do have some assets, but they're holding the assets for other parties, and they have collateral problems, and they also have a lot of debt on the balance sheet, long-term debt and other counterparty debt. The question now is about whether or not Angela Merkel will actually nationalize Deutsche Bank. That's a big question. I think it's going to be some combination of these couple things. So I think Germany may nationalize part of it, but the majority of the bailout is going to come from the European Central Bank via currency swaps via the Federal Reserve, backdoor bailout. The European Central Bank doesn't have all the ammo to do it, and the Federal Reserve is under no oversight. These things, there's no transparency. These things are opaque. The Federal Reserve could easily increase the liquidity programs to the European Central Bank and do a backdoor bailout to keep the system going. I haven't seen this talked about that much. Most people think that Deutsche Bank will be nationalized by Germany or the ECB will bail them out. I have seen some credible YouTube channels actually talk about bail-ins for Deutsche Bank. A bail-in would not be large enough. So if there is a bail-in, it would only be like a Band-Aid on a mortal wound. It would only buy a little bit of time, maybe a month or two, at most a few months. Bail-ins and taking the cash would only increase the amount of assets leaving Deutsche Bank as people scramble to pull more out. So yes, they can do a freeze and try to freeze the assets, but it would essentially create a bank run if they go for the bail-in. So I'm not sure they're willing to do that because Deutsche Bank is so large. There was actually a Zero Hedge article recently, this past week, talking about how the second largest German bank, Commerzbank, has cut their dividends, started firing thousands of workers. So they're worried about their counterparty risk as well due to Deutsche Bank exposure. You're going to be able to see this in the articles that I'm posting. Zero Hedge actually went through part of Deutsche Bank's balance sheet. The other thing that I saw on Deutsche Bank's balance sheet, and I talked about this in past videos, Zero Hedge, unlike the mainstream media for the most part, Zero Hedge is actually covering this. Deutsche Bank's loan loss reserves in the last 6 to 12 months have actually fallen. So yes, recently in the last couple weeks, they have sold some assets, but prior to raise cash, but prior to that, their loan loss reserves were actually falling, meaning maybe in a perverse way, their management team was hoping and praying for a bailout. So welcome to dystopia, guys. This is just such bullshit. It's going to be interesting to see how the elites play this, but if they do allow more pain in Deutsche Bank, it'll be interesting to see if they actually let the equity go to zero before a bailout comes. I've seen articles saying that they're not Lehman Brothers, but they're Bear Stearns. That doesn't really inspire confidence in me because we all know that Bear Stearns caused a lot of problems in the financial system as well. So trying to spin something positively, saying, oh, something is Bear Stearns, it's not that big a deal, it's not Lehman Brothers, is not a good thing. But I've actually seen mainstream media articles saying that. Okay, last thing before I let you guys go on this video, talk a little bit about something really cool I heard up in Toronto. I'm going to attach a link to this article. This is just a basic explanation of some of the things. Guys, Sprott is working with the guys who were featured in the book, Michael Lewis's hit book, Flash Boys. That's his newest one, A Wall Street Revolt, about the IEX group, which is a new exchange that's basically been banning high-frequency trading algorithms, those trend traders with the AHFT machines that manipulate markets, create excess volatility, and skim off pennies and screw over regular investors and traders by moving the markets up or down artificially and skimming off pennies. So Sprott, for the last 13 months, after Bitcoin and the blockchain came out, they were studying it, seeing how the blockchain technology could apply to other markets. They've now teamed up in a joint venture with the IEX group guys, and they're working on blockchain technology to create a new type of gold trading platform for institutions, and the blockchain would account for the physical gold trading platform, and it would make it easy to settle physical gold trades for institution level and hedge fund level, and central banks and all these other large players. So it would be a larger market, a larger pool of capital to go after than Bitgold changed the name to Gold Money. Larger than Gold Money, these would go after the business of the LBMA and the COMEX now. So they're not ready to launch it yet, but it looks like in the near future there's going to be announcements coming out. So Sprott Inc., this could be another large market where Sprott Inc. could be making a lot of money. They have a lot of intellectual property. They've spent millions of dollars in research and development. They're still testing the blockchain technology to do physical gold trade settlement for institutional level orders and central bank orders. They're still testing it in the lab to work out the bugs, but it looks like in the near future this thing's going to launch, guys. So that is pretty incredible. So what do you guys think about Deutsche Bank going forward here? Do you think it's going to be nationalized? Do you think they're going to get a bailout from the Federal Reserve, backdoor bailout, or the European Central Bank, or it's going to be some combination of the two? I mean, there's so many economic minefields out there now that we have that even if Deutsche Bank is bailed out, there's so many things that could bring down the other European banks or so many other problems in the financial system. Okay, guys, well, that's it for this video. We do have a lot of serious technical problems right now with either it's our Skype or our recording software or a combination of the two, or there was a serious hack. I'm going to be working with the technical people nonstop for the next week or two to get this done. My birthday is also coming up this week on Tuesday, so wish me a happy birthday, please. And I'm going to keep cranking out the videos. It looks like we might have another really good sponsor yet. I'm not going to publicly announce the sponsor yet because the contract isn't done. But we need to start getting some more quality paid advertisers on here. So we have one good one now in Grant Stone Shoes, which is an absolutely quality men's dress shoe company. Enter promo code GOLD or promo code SILVER. We're going to be running the silver ad soon. You guys are going to like it. My sister was on the ad, and there's some really funny stuff in her script. So some really funny stuff in there. So anyways, though, guys, we're gonna keep cranking out the quality content, and thank you for watching this video. And Deutsche Bank, it looks like they're about to have their Titanic moment here. I don't think, though, that they will be allowed to fail like Lehman was, because the people in power, the elites, are totally scared of another Lehman moment and regular people on Main Street coming at them with the pitchforks.